Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning, everyone. It's Friday the 15th of May, 2026, and I'm Pearson Bowen, welcoming all of you. Wake up indeed, and let's get started today because it's another beautiful day here on Paradise. So to all of you who are joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, or our website, cbc.bb, a very special good morning to you as well. You have to do all the work. You have to share the show. So share the show, share the love, bring others along as well. We love it. When you talk between yourselves, we'd love to hear your comments as well. So do feel free always to engage with us. We absolutely encourage it. And of course, if you know of someone or something to talk about and you believe we should talk about it, then tell us about it by simply sending us an email. The email address is on your screen and it's simple. Mornin Barbados at cbc.bb. Mornin Barbados at cbc.bb. I know a lot of you tend to want to use the method of calling. Your surest way of getting our attention, because we will all come to that website address, Mornin Barbados at cbc.bb. That's the way to connect with the show. And we will follow through from there. Mornin Barbados at cbc.bb. We thank you for sharing and partnering with us indeed. So welcome. Remember to say thanks to God as you wake, and also prepare to share love with your fellow man. Those are the two greatest commandments. Love your God, love others as you love yourself as well. Let's continue doing so as a people, and you'll see the good that attends you as well. Today I want to remember and celebrate Waveney Rouse. Waveney Rouse has been nominated. Waveney Rouse has achieved the Registered Nurse of the Year 2026 with the Florida Medical Center. And so to you, Waveney Rouse, who watches, Waveney Rouse, who follows, Waveney Rouse, who is an early morning wall crawler indeed. Congratulations to you, Waveney. Congratulations tremendously coming from all of us here at the CBC. We wish you well as you continue your career in nursing. So well done. Speaking of nursing, we're talking to the Nurses Association this morning on Mornin Barbados. As you know, this week they have been marking Nurses Week, and so we want to hear how they've marked this very special week and what else do nurses need to be able to do effectively the job that they do. And we say a big thank you for all that they have been doing as well. We're looking forward to the weekend because tomorrow there's going to be a community activity in Bush Hall. That community activity is a fundraiser, but it's one that's going to be packed with a lot of things to engage with and a lot of things to do, and we want to tell you what that community activity is about, where it will be, and why you should be there in just a little while as well. Master therapist Steve Andrews is back from the motherland. He's been in Africa. He's been doing some wonderful things there in Africa as well. We want to learn from him his journey and the possibilities for other Barbadians to experience what he has already experienced. And so he'll talk that up with us when he joins us this morning. Also, the Visual Arts Division of the Barbados Community College, they're holding and they continue to hold their exhibition. You know, the portfolio is tomorrow in the Frank Cullimore Hall. Today and continuing today on to the weekend and into Monday, they're having their exhibition looking at the visual arts. And so a couple second-year students will join us. They'll tell us what they've created and why we need to come on to the campus to find out a little bit more about what the students of the Barbados Community College are doing and producing. This morning we meet an educator who lives by her mantra, make the best of the time and you can be the change that you wish to see. Who is she, you ask? We'll meet her in just a little while. She'll tell her story. I think it's a story of inspiration, truly. Also today, we'll spend some time Barbados with one to watch. She is already a record breaker. She's making her mark and making her name across the region. And I'm talking about South America, Barbados, everywhere across this region. And so the outstanding Ariel Graves will be with us as we celebrate with her wins and all that we can learn from her as well. So there's a lot to talk about. So we invite you to stick around, get involved as we get ready to kick off Mornin Barbados right back after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 7.5 minutes now after 6 o'clock this Friday morning, and there's a lot happening in Bush Hall. As a matter of fact, on Wednesday, we had invited you to that session, Minding Our Mental. And so this morning, we want to talk to you about something coming up tomorrow, and it's all for you. The Bush Hall Institute for Action and Research in association with the Gifted Hands Creations, they're hosting a community activity tomorrow. So joining us to tell us more about what one can expect and some of the phenomenal work that they've been doing in that area as well is the president of the Bush Hall Institute for Action and Research Mr. Hal Springer. Hal, good morning to you.
Yeah, morning, Pearson.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Institute for just a moment. You've been in existence for a little while now. Talk to me about the work that the Institute does in the community in Bush Hall.
Well, we do predominantly a lot of training, things like maths and English, and then we do from nails to hair. We do a whole gamut of things. There has been some success in the area of the academics and that type of thing. People have got grade 1, 2s, and 3s, and that the people who have done the other areas have gone on to work in bars and saloons and all the other things across Barbados.
And this is just because you want to give back to your community, one, but you want to empower the community through education and finding things to do.
Yes, please.
At the same time as well. And you've seen the change in your community as a consequence.
Yeah. We have a lot of people. Sometimes there's some people who would have passed through, and they come back and they give us the success stories and that type of thing. And I sometimes I'm amazed because we can't follow all of them, but we are glad that they did come, did participate, and we're happy to have them.
We are tremendously happy indeed to have them. And so the work continues.
Yeah.
And the work continuing means that you need to have a little bit of money and funds to be able to continue that work. And so let me just tell you a little bit more about what's coming up. This activity coming up is in association with another organization within the area as well. And so we'll tell you more now about why you have to come. When is it, and where is it, and what time is it?
All right, tomorrow at 10 o'clock we can start with a community extravaganza flea market. This was a idea that came out while in some discussion with the Gifted Hands group. There's another group that in small business in the area. And she decided, look, we want to do something. We want to be able to help our people. And so we decided to come up with this event so that we will be able to help some people bring some stuff. And then one of the other things that will be happening too is that the trust fund will be there as well to lend some support to the whole exercise and that type of thing.
So it's an extravaganza and flea market?
Yes, please.
So it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you have all your stalls already set up and everything?
Well, by this evening we should have everything all set up and we'll be kicking and ready to go by 10.
Where exactly will it be? So that anyone from St. Lucie, for instance, watching who would want to come would know exactly how to get to it.
Why St. Lucie?
Yeah, because that's where I'm from.
yeah, I know.
So,
yeah,
yes.
It is going to be at the Bush Hall Community Center car park. That's just over from Powersville Market, or if I may say, that's over from the Mayor Martin's constituency office. So you will come and see us right there.
Gotcha. I got the location in my head now. And so tomorrow, what are we engaging in? What kinds of activities? What can we expect?
Well, we can expect people to come out. There's going to be a gamut of a whole set of stuff, from clothes to
The food.
food, drinks, that type of thing. So it will be fun. We're hoping to have the Honorable Mayor Montley to do the feature address, but unfortunately she won't be, but we will find a replacement. But we will have a whole gamut of persons coming out to do some debates and treats to drinks, food, plants.
You promise it's going to be a day of shopping, food, which is eating, and community vibes. So music will be playing, music will be pumping, and while you're enjoying the music as well, you're browsing and shopping at affordable prices. That's the whole point here with the flea market. You find good things that can really add value to your experience as well at very affordable prices. So that's why you have to come. And then you ask yourself, but what are you raising funds for?
Well, we want to buy some fresh equipment for some of the programs and that type of thing. We also want to be able to raise funds to improve our seating and that type of thing. Things like tables predominantly, because some of the tables are starting to get a little wacky, but we will, because we were trying to raise the funds. And then sometimes persons come to the program and the guests cannot afford. So we might be able to throw back in a few of the dollars which we would have raised tomorrow to help some of the people.
So we really want you to come out. Is it a paid entry, or is it just walk in and come in and go?
You just walk and come and go. You don't have to pay anything.
Okay.
What we would want you to do is to support the vendors who are there, and that will satisfy us.
Yeah. We love a piece of food on Saturday, trust me. So therefore, no doubt our favorite food pudding is out, so we're available. All the other sweet treats that we enjoy generally as a people. And while we're browsing, we purchase some items of clothing and other kinds of toys and so forth. So bring the children down, because this is also, there's some activities for the children.
Yeah. There's going to be a jumping tent provided. So the children will sure enjoy, have fun and that type of thing.
Everybody's going to have fun. Us adults sometimes we like to jump. Movement is important.
Yeah.
So it's all right. So just bring the children along, bring the family along, because it's for everyone. And it starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock. It's not going to run the whole day. Around 5 o'clock or thereabouts,
we'll
wrap up.
Yeah.
But we want you to come with some funds in your pocket, because your donations go towards making a difference to the work that the Bush Hall Institute for Action and Research continues to make, the difference they make in their community indeed. And so we want you to come in numbers tomorrow indeed, and spend the day. If you don't have to spend the day, you don't have to. Just spend some time. But in spending time, make some purchases as well. There are lots of foods and drinks, eats and drinks. There are a whole host of activities for the children to do. There are lots of other flea market items. You know flea markets by now. You know you can get a real great bargain. You find some things that others necessarily don't want, but you find at really good prices that you can actually repurpose or and put into your home already. So it's a lot to happen tomorrow from 10 o'clock in the day. So come on down to this community extravaganza and flea market at the Bush Hall Community Center from 10 o'clock. Your being there makes a world of a difference to the people of Bush Hall. And I know Bush Hall tends to go broader than just Bush Hall alone. You contribute to the lived experience of everyone.
Yeah. We do try to encompass other people too. We are not a selfish community. So, like for example, people from St. Lucie, St. John, we open the doors to everyone. What we're hoping is that when they come and participate in our programs, they go back to their communities and make meaningful contributions and that type of thing.
And those programs include education and other social empowerment activities as well. And that's why it's important we lend our support to this activity tomorrow. We want to encourage all of you, and all of you literally, to be a part of this activity tomorrow. And so what's next for the Institute? What other big plans do you have coming up?
Well, the next one is that we're going to divert a little bit from when we were going to sports. We can do a domino thing, a domino and karaoke night. Again, that's another way of bringing the people together, because domino is a big thing in Barbados and in most communities. So we can start off with that, a domino competition, and then we will wind it down with some karaoke and that type of thing. And that should come off sometime around June, July.
Wow. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. Indeed. So the funds help to able to do all the things that the Bush Hall Institute for Action and Research continues to do. I want to thank you for joining me this morning. I really hope that everybody, or as many as possible, do show up. And they do patronize, because your input by purchase goes a very long way into uplifting our communities across the island.
Before you get to go, I want to just give thanks to Community Development for helping us, and Williams Rentals, Zephyrins, Glacier Lights, and Mr. Charles Chucky.
Yeah. It's good that they also give back.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Hal.
Yeah.
Hal Springer, who is the president of the Bushall Institute for Action and Research, encouraging all of us to come tomorrow from 10 in the morning, to their community extravaganza flea market, where everything you want is available, and each of you has an opportunity to have good fun with food and fellowship. The children will have their jumping tents, so they get involved and they have a really good time. I want to hear the screams. I want to hear laughter tomorrow. I want to have good vibes tomorrow as well. So I encourage as many of you as possible to pass on by, and don't walk on by, but come inside and lend your financial support to the activities of the Institute. And so I encourage you to do so handsomely. Again, best of luck going forward.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're back with more on Morning Barbados right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-Cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Speaking of traveling the world, together we shall travel the world all the way now to the motherland, Africa. That's where Master Therapist Steve Andrew has been. That's why we missed him for a little while, but he's back to talk to us about his travels and travails and why we as people should really follow literally in his footsteps. And so, Steve, good morning to you.
Good morning, Barbados. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you, to hear from you, your experiences. So you went to Africa, and Africa is a vast continent.
Yeah.
Where did you go specifically in Africa?
Well, we went on a Southern African tour. We started in Botswana, then we went over to Zimbabwe, then we went down to South Africa. So it was a month really in Africa, just learning and teaching, actually most important, sharing the knowledge I have with the students across the Southern African continent.
And so each space that you were into came with its own cultural differences and the like. How was it for you fitting in each time around, even though we all may look like each other?
Well, I mean, Africa is such a beautiful, vast space, and the funny thing is I never felt that I was not feeling welcome. In fact, sometimes if I was not in Africa, I'd walk up to a lot of people and start talking to them because everyone looks like you. Seriously, it's like I walk up to some person and say, wow, you look so much like someone from the Caribbean. So, and they are very friendly, they're very interactive. And yeah, we did have a great opportunity and a great time being there with persons from that southern part of Africa, yeah.
I know you do a lot of teaching of therapy.
Yes.
And so as a master therapist, and the demand for your services is tremendous there in Africa as well. How was that for you, experiencing what they do, their styles, and then teaching your style as well?
Well, I mean, it was a great opportunity because when you speak about, I'm teaching massage. Massage is one of the oldest form of professional that goes around. And here I am going to Africa, bringing something from Little Caribbean, Barbados. And a lot of persons say, well, what can you teach us? What do we don't know? In fact, I was having a conversation with this young lady, and she said to me, but Steve, are you saying that we all don't know anything? And I said, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's so much more to learn. And when my class finished, she said, wow, I understand what you're saying. So it's really about changing the mindset of the opportunities within what we do within the massage and the spa environment. In fact, in Zimbabwe, they actually renamed the massage I'm teaching as the Steve Andrews massage. So, I mean, it was very honored to hear a whole nation actually renaming something after you. So I think that was a very powerful space to be in. And there's so much opportunities on the ground. I work with universities, I work with college, I work with private sector bodies that was so impressed that they want me to return. And not only that, it magnify across the continent. Now there are opportunity in Ethiopia, there are opportunity again in Kenya. So people are reaching out to me from different parts of the continent, and how do we get opportunity to work with you. So it was a very interested concept being there. And then the other opportunity of really seeing the continent, because they did not just bring me over to train, they actually showed me the continent or the country. Zimbabwe, we went into the Victoria Falls, we went into the safari. Actually, I see a live lion, actually, yes, first time in seeing one in the safari. So it was a really, really, really good opportunity to be there and really engage with people in the southern side of Africa.
And you were on a mission to certification, because I know that's also what you're authorized. You can do, you're certified to do yourself.
Well, my program is accredited, internationally accredited, right? And we work in, what we do, we work with schools. We work with schools, and schools put on the program, and we go in and work with them and help them to develop the standard within each country. Like in Zimbabwe, I'm working with one of the oldest school in Southern Africa, Zimbabwe, and we are continuing to work year after year to do that. In South Africa, I'm working with TUT. It used to be the University of Pretoria, now is TESOL University, where opportunities where they would like to form alliance with Barbados, bringing students to Barbados, sending students over to me to do training as well, but a part of that experience to give them experience out of the continent. In fact, in that same university, I hook up the University of the West Indies because I know the guy, University of Science, because they're doing a lot of different things. They're using the marijuana plants to extract oil for healing properties. So I said, but I know my friend in Barbados that does this, or is trying to do this. How would I take up my phone and call him? Immediate hooked up, they're looking to do an MOU. So it's really helping in any areas that we can help. And to me, there's a lots of ideas and opportunities on the ground that we can work with and help other persons in terms of moving forward. But it's not an idea to say that I am good. You have to go and show that you know what you're doing, and you have the experience and the knowledge that you can share with other person, that you can have that impact, so then you're not struggling. People want you to return and return. So it's really what the idea that we are building.
You went and you discovered that there are opportunities.
Yes.
I think for a lot of us, in our ignorance, we assume there are no opportunities, but you saw opportunity for other entrepreneurs like yourself, not just in the skill sets that you offer, but in other areas as well that we can capitalize on.
And yes, because I mean, the funny thing about it, and I always say to people when we say, "Oh, what are the opportunities in Africa?" I mean, the money is not as strong as our dollar, but if you are thinking about it, you can't focus on and making a lots of money. It's about the maximize. You have, like for instance, in Zimbabwe, I think they say they have 40-something million people. You in Barbados, you have the last census. We say we have 270,000 persons, and you can see the difference in scale. So it's really about how do you maximize opportunities and go in and grab the opportunity. And Africa is not poor. I promise you, Africa is not poor. What they show us is really the poor side of Africa. I mean, my host that I have, that one of my hosts in Zimbabwe, they run hotels across Southern Africa with opportunities for me to work with them and developing spas within those hotels. And so these are opportunities that are on the table. It's like a seed that you sow, so you have to work to develop and water and see those that seed come to life. So I guess a lot of people say, oh, you make a lots of money, but it's not about the money that I'm thinking about. It's about how do you build on these opportunities? How do you develop these concepts? So a lot of times, like my host in Zimbabwe, one of them said, but Steve, we have invest X amount in you and we don't know what you're bringing to us. You have to give us something. So I have to go in and show that this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm good at, and this is how I can add value to your company. And because I have done that, they're now willing to start really negotiate with me in terms of how do we go forward. So a lot of the time you have to bite the bullet and go in and spend time. And actually, one of the things I've learned about Africa, they are very standoff until they really see what you're doing, and then they will embrace you. And when they embrace you, they will work with you in terms of developing in any ideas or any concept that you're working with.
I'm sure someone is asking, but Steve, how did you get in? How does one get their foot in to have those opportunities that you started with?
Well, the idea is that I went on a trade mission, I think it was 2022, with BIDC to one of where's Rwanda and Kenya. And from then I start building the networks. I get involved in one of the Africa Wellness Initiative, which is an initiative of the Global Wellness Initiative. And we continue to have conversations how we can help to develop. And it was a lonely and long road because it's like constant conversations, like continue to go. And not everything you do work out for you. Some of them don't work out, but you have to keep going. You have to keep trying new ideas, new initiative, trying to find the best solution because I believe that our market in Barbados is very, very, very competitive. And I'm not as young as I used to be that I can do 6 massages a day. I had to find other ways of how I can be sustainable in an environment. And by going there the first time, I saw what they're doing and I recognized I can add value to that. And because I can do that, I said, it's an opportunity I have to grab. I was carrying this thing on my own since that trade mission. I'm investing my own. Every time I have enough money, I can get a ticket. I go to Africa and I'm investing in the opportunity. But now you can see that it's working because now I have satellite in Southern Africa. I have satellite in West Africa. I have satellite in East Africa right now. And they continue to expand. So I can take up my phone and say, what is happening here? Can we do something? And it's continue, you have to be on your phone. How do we plan a training? And sometimes there's lots of conversation you have to make it happen. And I think that's why, to me, I felt good when you go and you get the feedback and you build in these relationships that will work and continue to work. And I think there are opportunities for others that we can look at and saying, hey, because right now, one of the university in South Africa, we were talking about culture and the creative art. And the guy said, but we have a host university here. How do we form that alliance? So all of those things you have to be thinking about. And because I'm thinking about how do I help others other entrepreneurs that have the ability to do this and to engage in these things. So these are some of the ideas that we have and we are working on.
You know what I keep hearing you to say is, one, you got to do some work. Don't sit and wait for it to land in your lap. You got to do a little bit of work too. You took opportunity from your trade mission visit, and then you put in the work to maintain those connections and to pay out of your pocket your way to get there to engage with. And so there's a lot of work. Entrepreneurs and those of you who have ideas, if you just want to be able to benefit from the vast number, the size of market alone should excite you enough to think of the opportunity that can abound, but you've got to put in some work.
Yes.
You can't sit lazily and let the opportunity go on by. As Steve said, a natural reaction, I will be a little wary of you until I get to know you. So don't rush in there thinking automatically they will necessarily embrace you. Take your time to embrace yourself to all who you meet, and in time you will see the benefits begin to flow back, but be patient in that growth as well. I like the idea that you've taken up the route of franchising, and now that you have your satellites in different parts of Africa as well, and that's another idea that a lot of us here, we can consider as well. You don't have to necessarily be there yourself, but as you empower and train, you can into the role of franchising so that others carry on your legacy, but they meet your standard everywhere they are. Steve, it's a journey that's been so phenomenal. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Well, it's hard work. I mean, it's just saying to young people, if you put in the work, there's an opportunity or possibility it might happen.
I like that. I will leave it there. I have nothing more to add to that indeed. But Steve Andrew, master therapist indeed, as you know him from the Bamboo Retreat indeed, it's wonderful to hear his story from his journey, but to learn from his experience as well of some of the things we need to contemplate as we explore other opportunities elsewhere, why it takes some work. It takes a little bit of work, but the opportunities are there for us to grab hold of. We're coming back with more on Morning Barbados right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We the best music.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We've been delving into the portfolios of the Barbados Community College. As you know, this is examination time, and so the students, particularly those in their second year, are being graded. But in grading, they are putting on shows for us, opportunities for us to see what they've learned and their skill sets and their level of development for us all to enjoy and to support. And so, as we told you about the dance, which is on tomorrow at the Frank Collymore Hall, let's tell you now about an ongoing exhibition which started yesterday in visual arts, visual and fine arts. And so a couple of second year students are with me. We have Shannon Ford and Gabrielle Jordan. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Mornin Barbados. You're both second year students. This is where your course of study ends?
Yes.
How do you feel about
for associates?
For the associate degree. How do you feel about that? Oh my gracious, we're coming to an end.
I don't know how we got here.
It went by so quickly, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you do?
So I specifically work with fine arts, which would be painting, drawing, sculpting. That's what my portfolio is about. But the degree includes both graphics and it also includes painting, sculpting, drawing, all the basics that you will know.
And you have therefore created a little bit of what you know for this exhibition that's ongoing, which started yesterday and continues until the 22nd.
Yes, please.
And what pieces, would I know it's your piece? Is it labeled with your name?
It's labeled with my name.
Okay.
Every artist's work is labeled with their name, right? And when you come in, you will see Shannon Ford and you will see my name.
And so what will I see? Just your fine art, or will I see your sculpturing as well?
You will see my sculptures. I have 2 sculptures on show at the exhibition and 1 painting.
What is this study for this associate degree taught you? What has it taught you?
Discipline specifically in art, because sometimes a lot of artists, we tend to laze back with our work, but it's a sort of blockage at that point in time. But it teaches you a bit more discipline and you learn more skills, whether it is tactile like ceramics or whether it is mentally like planning and thumbnailing your design.
There's some things on which Gabrielle doesn't agree. Gabrielle is not a lazy kind of artist, right, Gabrielle?
Well, I would not say I'm a lazy artist, but as an artist, you know, you have to have the motivation sometimes to be able to do stuff, perform your best with pieces. So sometimes it would be like, oh, you know, you're tired, but you still have to get up and do it. So I could agree with Shannon, whereas people see artists as lazy sometimes, but at the end of the day, you know, it takes motivation, it takes effort to do things. So it's not that we're lazy, we just have to need the motivation to do it.
I got you. So what motivates you to be creative, and in what ways do you pour out your creativity?
Well, what motivates me to be creative would be the people around me, and I would say being able to see other people do art, you know, the way it looks. I like to see a lot of bright colors, so I do that in my art. A lot of people can say that my art is very bright because I think it's such a pretty thing to use colors to mix together and somehow create a beautiful piece from it. Something that you can express yourself in.
What do you do? What paint? These bright, beautiful colors you talk about, it's expressed in paint?
I do paint, but what I did for portfolio was graphics. I actually on the graphics side.
Right.
So I work with the computer, I work with programs like Illustrator and Photoshop to create digital work as well as logos and brands as well.
And so far so good?
Yes.
For you? You think you're really good at this? Are you ready for the world of employment, as the old people tend to call it?
I am. I think I am.
You think you are? So over these 2 years, you've taught different approaches to graphic arts. You've been taught that. And so when you compare what we do today generally as a nation, how marketers use graphic arts, what would you say to them now about what they can do differently?
Well, what I tend to see when I see Bayesian graphic art, I see, you know, the colors, the black, blue, yellow, and you see stuff like flying fish. You see things that usually resonate with Barbados. For me, I like to step outside of the box and find a way to add things, incorporate still things that are Barbadian, but kind of mix them together to see what I can get. So if artists can somehow do that, you know, mix things together and make them unique in our own way, I think Barbados art could be a lot more special and a lot more us for ourselves.
Graphic arts can reflect the times and the mode of the times. Graphic arts can also send different kinds of messages. How careful are you in terms of what you want to represent, you and your mind?
How careful am I? I would not say I'm that careful, because what I've learned throughout my 2 years here is that sometimes you have to be on edge. You know, you have to take that edge.
Yes.
You have to make things a little sharp. So when I'm doing my art, you know, you want to be careful not to make anything too crazy, but you can still add that little push to it so people be like, oh, okay. You know, make them think in a way.
You're right, because I remember when graphic arts, graffiti came onto the scene, and everybody thought, what nastiness is this? Why are you being so violent to the spaces that you're drawing up and messing up? And suddenly it's become something that's very acceptable now. We see people express their own creativity through graphic arts and through graffiti. And so that's all part of the whole progression over time. And so we can come to the college and we can see all of your expressions, right?
Yes, please.
How many students are expressing in this exhibition coming up?
I believe there are 14 in the
of you.
fine arts, right? How many?
And 11 in graphics.
25 in all,
Yes.
roughly. So 25 pieces, at least 25 pieces of art we can come and engage with. It's on the campus itself. It's open. The campus is therefore open to receiving all of us. What are the times we're talking about here?
So on the weekdays, which would be Monday to Friday, and today is open from 9 till 4 or 4:30. And tomorrow, Saturday, it will be open 10 till 3.
Tomorrow from 10 to 3?
Yes.
So on the weekend, at least we can nip in and we can see for ourselves and explore. Is it all over the campus, or is it specifically contained to the gymnasium, for instance?
It's specifically maintained to the morning side.
Okay.
Right? The associate degree is both upstairs and downstairs, and the bachelor's is downstairs as well.
Of course, once we walk on, they will guide you as to where to go.
Yes,
and so will you also be there to be a part of the exhibition, to respond to people as they express appreciation for, have discussions around your pieces?
Yes, we will be there. Students will be taking shifts, so you will find some students there, in the morning and then some in the evening. So everybody's participating, being able to talk about each other's pieces.
Until the 22nd, this happens.
Until the 22nd.
Monday's closed, but then we pick back up from, Sunday's closed, but we pick back up from Monday, 10 to 3. We can come onto the campus of the Barbados Community College and see the creativity, the work of our young artists. Sculpting is what you do, graphics is what you do, painting is also what you do, graphics is what you do. But we really want you to come and see the different forms of expression that the students of the Barbados Community College in their visual and fine arts portfolio of intersections will be showing to all of us. We will see how really, really good they are. And trust me, they're really, really good. So it's an exhibition that runs from, it started yesterday, it continues until the 22nd. Tomorrow from 10 o'clock in the morning, you can be there on the campus to see for yourself. The students will be there to engage with you as you engage and have that conversation with their pieces as well. They'll be able to guide that conversation. And the thing is, there's no cookie cutter in what you do. You express from how you feel. With sculpting though, are you asked to come as close to reality as possible?
You don't have to. You can be as expressive as you want to be with sculpting.
So if you see me, you could make an ogre out of me, right? Because that's what you see.
If you wanted it.
But that's not what I wanted. It's what you see. And that's the point. Sometimes we come looking for reality. But sometimes the reality is not as cute as we in our rose-colored glasses see it. Sometimes you see it from a different perspective. And it's to be able to understand that perspective, which is what you want us to come experience in the exhibition as well.
Yes.
I wish you well. I hope that you all, and I'm sure you will attain your associate's degree. What do you see after this exhibition and your attainment of your associate degree?
I aspire to go do bachelor's
The
overseas.
bachelor's?
Yes.
At the BCC, at the university?
No,
Where?
overseas in Canada.
What about you, Gabrielle?
Well, I plan to do the bachelor's at BCC, as well as take on working and being an entrepreneur.
Well done, ladies. Well done to all of your students as well. So take that back to the rest of your colleagues that Mornin Barbados congratulates each of you. And so in congratulating each of them, we want you to come see the pieces on exhibition at the Barbados Community College today. Tomorrow, Saturday, they're open from 10 o'clock. Then we pick it right back up on Monday. It runs until the 22nd. It is not to be missed. It is really not to be missed. We want you to come and engage with the pieces of art in sculpting, in graphic design, in fine arts, and everything, the different ways in which they're using the media to be able to express their thoughts, their views, their appreciation, and their skills as well. Shannon Ford and Gabrielle Jordan, both second year students, this is their grading period, but they're looking forward to your continued support of them and with your future endeavors, both of you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. We're back with more on Mornin Barbados in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing story.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We meet one of those people who the Barbados Union of Teachers has determined to be a top-tier teacher. But what happened since that recognition? What happened since that award? We're happy to be met this morning by Tonya Joseph Devonish. Good morning to you, Tonya. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Pearson. Good to see you again.
And so things have happened since then.
Lots of things.
What's happened since that moment?
I got married.
Congratulations.
Yes, and I completed a postgraduate diploma in educational leadership, to which I was top student and I attained the valedictorian title.
Wow, see, tremendous things are happening with you.
I know.
Having attained that position as a valedictorian, was that pressure?
It wasn't pressure per se. The course itself, though, was quite challenging, to be honest. It took a lot of sacrifice, a lot of missed nights with my daughter, missed nights with partners, Sundays with groups, Saturdays in group meetings. So it really was challenging, but I am very, very thankful, one, that it is over, and two, that I was so successful.
But along the way, you as the educator in you were also keeping the student at the forefront of everything that you do. That you developed some models to make education fun and easier and all of that. So much. So one of them you did was teach, motivate, inspire.
Yes.
What was that about?
Teach, Motivate, Inspire is a social enterprise that I founded in 2021. I saw that through education transformation, there was a need for us to really connect with the social partners and stakeholders in education, such as the teachers, the students, and the parents, and giving them tools to be able to navigate all the changes that were occurring in education transformation. So through the social enterprise, I connect with social partners across Barbados in mental health, physical health, social and emotional learning, and we work together to create workshops so that parents, students, and teachers have the skills that they need to be able to navigate the education system.
What is motivating you so passionately about education? I mean, you could just go to sleep and wake up the next day, go to work, and go back home. But what is it about education that it sets you never to sleep on it?
Well, my personal story is a huge motivator. Growing up was quite difficult. My parents are both non-nationals. We grew up in a low-income household, and teachers really, I could say, saved my life. They really poured into me. They motivated me. When the esteem was low, they were there to drive me. So I am driven by that 7-year-old Thania who had a conversation with a teacher that really motivated them. And through that, then, I think my passion comes from being able then to use my skills and my knowledge to then pour into another 7-year-old Thania. Yeah.
You live by the mantra, be the change you wish to see.
Yes, I do.
What does that mean? How is that lived out?
Many a times as people, we complain a lot. I tend to be more solution-oriented. I think that if we're going to sit and analyze a situation, we can also spend time thinking about how we can solve the problem. And if there is change you want to see, the change starts with you. You know, Michael Jackson has the song Man in the Mirror.
Yes.
So if we really want our education system to progress, we have to do some self-reflection. We have to see what are we doing in this service that is either positively or negatively impacting it, and then work together as a community to see where we can improve.
And so seeking improvement often means you have to be flexible, and it's never constant. I get the feeling sometimes, and Lord forgive me if I'm wrong, teachers forgive me if I'm even more wrong, that sometimes people are so stuck in a particular mode that it's difficult for them, one, to break out, or to see the change that they may desire to see. How static or how flexible is education and its delivery?
Well, it's quite flexible. I think sometimes, as anyone does, people get into a fixed mindset. I also live by the saying, renewal of your mind. Do not conform, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And as education transformation continues in its initiative at the Erdison Teacher Training College, we're working on renewing the minds of our educators, exposing them to new pedagogy, exposing them to new ideologies, helping them to shape their belief system surrounding education. And in doing that, then people then are able to be, more exposed, see avenues and better avenues that they can possibly take towards education, which will then help them to be more flexible.
Well, since you've catapulted me there, congratulations then on being a tutor at the Erdison Teachers Training College.
Thank you so much.
What does that mean, that role as a tutor mean to you?
It is an amazing opportunity. It gives me the opportunity to not only share pedagogy with other teachers, but to really help motivate and help inspire new teachers to be empathetic, to be driven, to be, exposed to different change models, to really see them grow and learn, and then positively impact the service as well. One of the things that was very touching for me during the valedictorian, after the valedictory speech, is that one of my students came to me and she said, "Ma'am, all of those things that you said about being inspiring and motivating, that is how I see you."
Wow.
And, we don't always live to get those flowers. And it was a really great opportunity to see how I am positively impacting them. And I look forward to see what they can do in the service. It holds
you accountable. Those words hold
really
you so accountable.
It really does.
I look at you and I see a young woman. I look at history and I saw the tutors at the Teachers Training College were older women. So talk to me a little bit about that, how the mix of youth and experience and how all of that really shapes you as a tutor and to be able to manage your teaching of some teachers who are older than you in some instances.
Yeah, sometimes that is a bit challenging when I walk into rooms. Some of the older persons are a bit surprised to see me. So I usually break the ice and I say something along the lines, I know you were expecting someone looking this young, but I'm sure that we're going to have a wonderful time together. And that usually breaks the ice. But at the college, yes, we're pretty diverse. And I find it is an awesome opportunity for me to learn from those who would have been there for a longer period than I have. Yes, it's wonderful to be, youthful, but there's also, it's really important to take initiative and take, the words are eluding me. Inspiration from those who would have been there before you.
I get an A+ for that, okay?
Yeah.
Right, and so here it is. You keep using the word pedagogy.
Yeah.
For those who are unfamiliar with the definition to pedagogy, what does it mean?
When we talk about pedagogy, we're talking about those approaches to teaching and learning that help us to be able to drive that content and share that content with the students.
Right. Approaches.
Yes.
Approaches. So much so, you've taken the approach to also form Teach Bold, Live Well program.
Yeah, that was an initiative that I developed this year for January to March 2026. I worked closely with the school nutrition policy. And what we did, again, is that we created opportunities for teachers to be impacted through mental health workshops, through physical health workshops, through workshops that focus on sustainability in education. And over the 3 months, our teachers got the opportunity to engage in those workshops for free. There were small donations towards the workshops. Obviously, they went towards the facilitators, but it gave our teachers the opportunity to share what is happening with them relative to their health. It gave us the opportunity also to support some of those teachers by connecting them with other health professionals that they can get further support. So it was a really wonderful experience, and I do hope that the model is taken into a new year.
I know the struggle of teachers. I understand the struggle of teachers. I've come from a family of a sister who was a teacher, an aunt who was a teacher, an uncle who was a teacher. I know others who are teachers. And so it's a noble profession, but it's also a difficult profession because you are changing lives from inception, literally, reception. And so here it is. What do you see? What do you feel positive about in terms of our approach to education?
I feel positive that we are taking a data-driven approach to the decisions that we are making. I feel positive that we are observing what is happening. I feel positive that we're listening to what our teachers have to say about what's happening in the education system, and that we're using that to drive the decisions that we are currently making through education transformation.
On the other side, what concerns you about our approach to education, if you're free to do so?
I think that we really need to work towards greater partnership across the school community, where schools, parents, and the communities work closer together. And in doing so, I think the students will be more supported, and also parents will be supported as well. So I think that home-school partnership, that we need to strengthen that a bit more.
As a tutor, what is now required of you to stay on the cutting edge of the latest, so that as your students come, you're able to present to them really new techniques and so forth? Well, how involved are you in seeking that information, that knowledge?
Oh, I'm very driven, hence why I did the postgraduate diploma in educational leadership. But there are other courses that I am also interested in, things that I have been paying close attention to. One is sustainability in education, and looking at how we can sustainably drive education and look at managing our systems well. So that is one area that I'm quite interested in, and I am currently, paying attention to the conversation out there relative to that, and I'm hopeful that I'm able to do another course in that area.
Could you touch on special needs for a moment, briefly, because that is close to my heart, and I just want to make sure that our special needs children have the equal attention and perhaps a little more extra attention that they do need to be able to achieve as a contributing member to our community.
Yeah, and I think that is really data decision making comes in. If we have an opportunity to really assess our students, then we have the opportunity then to put systems in place that we can support them early. And once we have those systems, then we have to then work on ensuring that our teachers are suitably trained to be able to manage and help those students thrive in the education system as well.
Do you get the sense that we've used the term special needs too broadly, or do we need to be a little bit more specific?
Well, special needs considers a wide spectrum, but all of our students are special. All of our students are special.
You're that special word.
All of our students need support in many different ways. So while we do have students with exceptionalities, we also need to ensure that we're meeting the needs of all of our students that come before us.
I'm pleased with your responses, ma'am.
Thank you so much,
Her name is Thonia Joseph Devonish. Congratulations first on the marriage.
Thank you.
Secondly, congratulations on your attainment as a tutor, established now as a tutor, accredited as a tutor with the Barbados Eardiston Teachers Training College. I know teachers come from across the region as well to be a part of what you deliver. I know you will do well.
Thank you so much.
As a top-tier teacher.
Thank you so much, Pearson.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're coming back with the news and more in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Barbados has entered into a new precautionary standby agreement with the International Monetary Fund for $260 million. This was disclosed by the IMF's head of mission to Barbados, Michael Perks, during a news conference at Elara Court yesterday. The IMF has been in Barbados over the last 2 weeks, meeting with government to undertake the fund's regular Article 4 consultations and to discuss a new relationship with Barbados. Mr. Perks says Barbados enters this proposed precautionary standby arrangement from a position of strengthened macroeconomic activity and credibility. He stresses Barbados does not have an actual balance of payments of need at the moment, but this arrangement is for potential balance of payment of needs that could occur in the event of a shock over the next 3 years.
We've reached a staff level agreement on a precautionary standby arrangement. The precautionary arrangement will be for the amount of 189 million SDRs, or about $260 million US. We expect the request to go to the IMF Executive Board for consideration sometime in June. So the key objectives of the standby arrangement will be, firstly, to provide insurance against external shocks in a more shock-prone world. Secondly, to help preserve macroeconomic stability. And thirdly, to support the reforms under the homegrown BERT 2026 plan, which itself moves from the focus from stabilisation and growth towards long-term economic transformation.
And Prime Minister Mia Motley emphasizes that the country is not entering into another IMF program, having exited the last one last year. However, she says the government is putting measures in place that should liquidity be needed, it will be available. Ms. Motley stresses that the money is not needed at this time.
To put it simply in language that Bajans understand, Bajans go and get a line of credit from the credit union all the time. The fact that you got a line of credit don't mean you draw down everything. We have a line of credit here now. We're not drawing down anything at this point in time. Should we need to draw it down, it will be triggered by external processes. I'm satisfied, as I said, that Barbados is in a comfortable position, but we are conscious that headwinds from the global economy can cause us to do so rather than do so. And it is up to us to keep everything tight and disciplined while thinking outside of the box.
Meanwhile, the government remains committed to creating investment opportunities for Barbadians that would not otherwise be there. The Prime Minister reiterated this as the term when inclusive growth is necessary for the country.
I want Bajans who pay water rates to know that if you pay a water rate, you should be able to get a water dividend if you invest in the desal plant or the bottling plant. But in order for us to get you to invest, we're not going to just tell you, please invest. We're going to do a business plan, and we're going to have the business plan rated by the credit rating agencies independently, so you know that if you want to take a piece of the money you got in the bank and put it in there, that you do so with an independent assessment as to what kind of returns that you can get.
Also, the Prime Minister explains these investments can take various forms. She is encouraging Barbadians to invest in local infrastructure like the desalination plant and the Barbados Bottling Company.
Some will be genuine equity, in which case you have to wait and see what profits the company makes. And some will be what we call mezzanine financing, where we come and offer you an instrument that will offer you 5.5% return regardless of what happens. So it comes above us paying dividends for profit, but below what we pay in straight debt to anyone else. So these are the kinds of opportunities that will help the government not have to have an expansionary fiscal position. In other words, not have to be in everything. Even if we start it, step back and let Bajans come in and own it.
The University of the West Indies is being challenged to remain relevant in a rapidly changing global environment. That message came as the institution marked a major milestone during its annual council meeting. We get more from Deanza Roberts.
As the University of the West Indies marks 70 years of service to the Caribbean, its leadership says the institution now stands at a defining moment. Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Dr. Doddridge Miller, says while the university has helped shape generations of Caribbean professionals, the focus must now shift towards survival and transformation in a competitive global landscape.
For nearly 8 decades, the University of the West Indies has been one of the most transformative institutions in the history of the Caribbean. Few entities have shaped our societies, our leadership, and our intellectual life as profoundly as this regional university. Across the world, in diplomacy, multilateral institutions, regional governments, the private sector, civil society, and the entrepreneurial space, you will find UWI graduates carrying the Caribbean story with confidence and distinction.
Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, says the university's transformation has been seen by many who are now emulating what they have done.
And I can tell you, after 50 years in university life, most universities in the world have flattened out. Most are struggling for a vision. Most universities are now looking feverishly for a future. But UWI stands out as the model of how a university should go into the future. And he feels that energy coming from UWI into the world, changing it. And other universities are emulating what it is that we have done.
However, even as the university continues to grow, Sir Hilary admits it is facing financial pressure, doing more with less while continuing to grow.
The contributions of the public sector, our governments, to our operational budget has fallen from 68% to 48%. What does that tell you? That we have had to do more with less. And colleagues, we were faced in the year in review as we were faced in the previous year in review. We do not allow our university to shrink down to fit our pocket. We don't do that. We could comfortably manage this university with 20,000 students. Balanced budget, surpluses on our balance sheet, all of that we could do with 20,000 with the money that is available to us. Well, that would help us as an institution. But how would that help the region? How would that help the people?
Leaders say the next phase will require innovation, partnerships, and bold decision-making as the university works to remain the Caribbean's intellectual engine for decades to come. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
And that's news until now. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon here on TV8. Morning Barbados is back with record-breaking Ariel Graves right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories here at CBC.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 11 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is a very special moment, I think, not just for me, but for all of us in Barbados. When we can sit for just a moment and reflect on the fact that we do have an aspiring athlete who is really ascending beautifully, breaking records, and is positioning herself on the global stage just for being excellent alone. And so we're happy to have with us our cyclist in Ariel Graves and her daddy, Ron Graves, who is also a cyclist in himself, you know, but disclaimer, my niece, my nephew. And so I celebrate with both of you today. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Pearson.
He still says that, as old as he is, he still says that. Indeed. And so here we are, Ariel.
Yes.
Who would have thought, right?
It's true.
Because just a few years ago, you weren't doing cycling.
Yep.
What were you doing?
I used to swim, and then I did triathlons, and then I realized that I was really good at cycling, and I just stuck with it.
You're done with that?
Yes.
And then you told Daddy, I'm done with the swimming and everything else.
Yep.
And what did Daddy tell you?
He said, well, go ahead. If that's what you really want to do.
More than that.
I
said,
you're not going to just sit. We have to do something.
You've got to do something.
Have to do something. Yes.
But you know, she's following in your footsteps because you also cycle.
Yes.
And you're well known in the cycling arena for winning as well.
Yes.
So when she decided she wanted to pedal in your footsteps,
Yes.
so to speak, what did that mean to you?
It meant a lot, to be honest. After she said she didn't want to swim anymore, and she went to the National Sports Council's their summer camp. She came home after the first day and she said, Dad, I love it. And it just went from there. So we've watched her develop over time, and it's really been a journey, and it's been lovely to see how she has developed and create a love for it. She did some road cycling first. She won some medals at Junior Caribbean Championships in St. Martin and Dominican Republic. And she moved from then the road cycling into track cycling, which she's even loved more.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would see her from time to time because you would post
yes.
on the road cycling with you.
Yes.
You know, no boys, but your
No.
daughter.
These are my boys.
and to be able to watch her grow
yes.
and to watch her develop to be the national record holders
Yes.
in many disciplines, how do you feel?
Elated. It's a very overwhelming feeling sometimes. You know, we as parents always want to see our children succeed, and it's amazing to sit and see the love that the Barbadian public has shared towards her. You know, and you can say that's my daughter.
Yeah.
You know, so it's wonderful.
But we also come from a family of education.
Very much so.
And you know, it's important that
Yes.
you get into those books. Did you
Yes.
have that conversation with Ariel?
Of course, we have it. We have it regularly. We have it regularly. She's at university now,
Yes.
and she would say that the conversations always, don't forget this. This is just as important because there always is a life after sports.
Absolutely. And so, Ariel, you've taken in all of that advice.
Yes.
You are at university at the moment, but along the way, from swimming into cycling, as Daddy told you, find something to do. You've got to stay active. You have to keep going, indeed. And so, what is it about cycling that you love so much?
The adrenaline rush. Like, I really like adrenaline rush sports. Yeah.
Listen, you have my heart in my hand every time I watch you cycle because I keep thinking, don't fall, don't spill, don't anything. When you get onto the saddle of a bike, what does it do to you?
It gives me clarity. Like, it clears my mind. It's just a very relaxing sport, even though sometimes your training is not really relaxing.
Yes.
But yeah.
At the moment, you're training in Trinidad, right?
Yes.
And how rigorous is that?
It's very rigorous. It's just a lot of hard work because at the end of the day, if I don't put any hard work, I will not get it out in the long run. Yeah.
How differently do they train from how we train in Barbados?
It's not really, well, I guess I do track cycling and there's no track cycling in Barbados, but down there is more opportunities because obviously cycling over there is much bigger than it is in Barbados. So everybody there is a coach, everybody there has different, you know, views and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really good to train on there.
The first record you set, do you remember?
Yes.
Fondly, right? Real fondly. That moment that you realized, oh, I made a national record.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was like, well, I really
put in the work, and I could see that because obviously I broke the record, and I was like, well, I didn't even know that they had records to break. So I was like, wow, and I was really proud of myself because obviously that would be my first international track race, and it was like, wow, I just broke a record.
You didn't set out to break, you just set out to win.
Yes.
And then to tell you that you broke a record. And so here it is. But you have a habit, I think, now of making records and breaking your own records. And so what drives you and motivates you so much? Not the time, but the win that propels you to winning and breaking records.
Just, I just like to win.
You like to win?
Yeah, I do really like to lose.
But you didn't win your last race?
I know,
So
but
how did you feel?
I was a little bit disappointed because I really wanted a medal. But at the end of the day, you always have to look at the bigger picture. It's in the moment, obviously, you'll be a little disappointed because, you know, a medal is something really good. But you also have to look at the short wins, the small wins, sorry. And obviously breaking my record going from 11.8 to 11.3 is a very big margin. And then breaking my record in a kilo as well. So at the end of the day, it's not that particular event is also the long run.
What's recovery like? My legs would be so sore. What's recovery?
During races is a lot of ice, compression boots, sleeping with my foot above the bed frame.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. And eating.
Yes.
Well, that's
Eating
what Daddy likes to do. So that's easy to do. And eating just to stay healthy. Just to stay healthy and injury free.
Yes.
At some point, were you ever injured?
No. When I first started cycling, I had patella tendonitis on my knees, but just a lot of strength training, you know, aerobics, just to, you know, strengthen the muscles around it, and yeah, now I'm good. Yeah.
But Daddy's been injured before.
Yeah, he injured prone.
Yeah, he can tell you from your experience. So Ron, do you, because again, my heart is in my hand, because I see this girl speeding around the velodrome. I'm like, don't tilt too much because you might fall. What happens to you while you watch Ariel perform and compete?
I don't get nervous for the falling or anything like that, because for me that's something expected. I get more nervous for her to perform well and execute the race. So it's more of go now, you know, pass now, accelerate now. So whether I'm there or whether I'm watching it on television, whatever the case may be, it's always me talking her through the race at that point, even if she can't hear me.
You're telepathic.
Yes, telepathically saying,
go no, pass now.
Yes,
and that's strategy. That's strategy. And I can imagine how it is in person.
Yes,
even you get hoarse when you're done.
Yes, my staff always say, you had a swim meet this weekend, or Ari was cycling, because I'm always hoarse afterwards, because you know, you're shouting and celebrating or whatnot. But yeah, it's very passionate. I'm very great to see when they perform, but no, I don't get nervous from the cycling. She can handle herself for sure.
Your daughter's name is now written in history, in records, for records that she's broken and set. What does that mean to Daddy Ron about this little one who you gave birth to, doing all of these things?
It means a whole lot, to be honest. Watching, as I say, her develop. My other daughter, Aaliyah, she's another national swimmer. So watching them develop and grow, I mean, it's not cheap. It's very expensive. As you rightfully said, she has to train in Trinidad because we don't have a velodrome here. So it doesn't just mean, you know, her being there because she's still a junior. So it means either my parents or her mom's parents being there. So, you know, it's very costly to run another household in another country, you know, not being able to see her. So the whole support of friends, family, being able to gladly have the technology that we can video call, but it means a whole lot to see them develop and see her develop and be able to make a mark. It really touches me.
What was the celebration like on her return?
Flowers, balloons.
Those kinds of things.
Correct.
And just to welcome her back home healthily.
Just happy to see her and be able to
spend time with her.
Yes.
We'll take a break. Look at the response. Look at this. Look, you remember this moment, right, Ariel?
Yes.
Yep. There's my sister with in the yellow top, by the way. That's Ron's mummy, Ariel's granny. You see Ron there to the left. Oh,
Yes.
we're so short. As you know, that was the response at the airport on your return. We'll talk to Ariel more about her plans, her future, what she sees for cycling and her and the balance of education, and a whole lot more right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and more.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Turn. That's the return, and the hugs and the greeting. There is Carl, Ron's daddy, my brother-in-law. Gladwin, my sister, just walked off the screen in her yellow, and you're hugging the family, Ariel. You're hugging the family. They came to the airport to fully support you. And so I know you did an interview at the arrival, and you talked a little bit about what it meant not to have your posse with you in Trinidad and Tobago. How difficult that is for you. How was it really for you?
It's a little bit difficult because obviously I would have my mommy saying, "Ari, you need to get up," and then all of that is on me, which is fine. But sometimes it's good to have the motivation there, because on some days you don't feel to do it because obviously you're so tired, with school, studying. But your mind is your biggest partner, so you have to really, focus and say, I have to get up and I have to go.
It can be the thing that holds you back, or it can be the thing that pushes you forward. It depends on how you think. And so here it is, you are studying and you're also cycling. How are you balancing both of them?
I have good days and I have bad days. Some days is I get up, go to the gym, come back, study, eat lunch, study, go to sleep, get up, go to train. Then some days is like I get up, go train, and it's like I have to study.
You have to. I really want to just be training. So there's that kind of a fight between both of them. But you're managing. You're handling all of this. When you are on the cycle and you're cycling, can you hear, or you don't? You don't want to hear?
Yes, because before. Like when I start to focus, I don't hear anything. But when I am just, at the beginning, you're just listening. I listen for my coach. I listen to hear when he says get up. And then when I hear that, it's just go time. After that, I don't hear anything. You
hear daddy though. Move, girl, time to take the overtake. And so that's what you pay attention to. Because I would shut it all out. I can't hear anything else. I just focus on my game as I go. That's me, but that's your approach. You listen for your coach to say, get up, go all out. But as you're going all out, you're mindful of whether someone is in front of you or the people pedaling hard behind you. Can you hear them?
No.
Oh, you can't hear them?
No, I don't. They don't really make noise. You more hear the bicycle than them. But
so you can hear it coming. You can hear the bicycle coming. And that inspires you to push even harder, to go even further away from them. But a strategy. Is the strategy designed before the race, or the strategy you have to develop as the race is going?
Both. A bit of both. Because in a Karen, you never know what's really going to happen.
What's that?
It's 6 laps. It's 3 laps behind the bike and then 3 laps 3 laps by yourself. So you never really know what's going to happen. You have a game plan, but you never know what someone else's game plan is in the race. So I could say, well, as the bike goes off the track, I could go. But that cannot happen. That could or could not happen because somebody else could go before me, and then my whole game plan is, you know, offset. So it's basically just to ride your own race and ride it. Try to, you know, do the strategy to the plan, but, you know.
What makes a bike faster than another bike? The wheels, the something else?
Yeah, the wheels, depending on like the type of frame it is, like how light it is, if it's carbon, if it's aluminum. Yeah.
Okay. I asked because, you know, you see golf and they change their golf clubs often depending on the distance they have to hit the ball, that kind of thing. So I was just wondering if the actual equipment you use can vary depending on the race that you're thinking.
Yeah, because for the 200 meter, the flying 200 meter, I normally ride double disc, which is more aero. And then say if I'm doing the Karen or the max sprints, I would have my back disc and the front tri-spoke or 5-spoke. Yeah.
It is so complicated to me, but it is what it is, and so you win. And so, as a Barbadian, you what do you want for your cycling career going forward? Are you aiming for Olympics, or what are you aiming for?
Yes. Well, I guess everybody that cycles would aim for the Olympics, but yeah, I think so.
What do you think you need to do to get to the Olympics?
Just better opportunities, honestly.
What does that look like? Better opportunities.
There is a UCI school overseas. In Switzerland, that's a cycling school, and if the federation would nominate you to go, or if you get the opportunity, the UCI school will reach out to your federation to nominate you to go, and also funding, better equipment is a very long list of what is needed because cycling is not a cheap sport.
I know.
Yes.
But you're determined to get there. And I know Ron is equally determined, and the family to support you all the way. Indeed, that's what we've been doing all along the journey with you. And so we are excited for what your future really holds for you, Ariel.
Thank you.
Staying true to yourself and staying humble. Because you're in a different environment. You're away from family and friends. Daddy and mommy can't reach you, but they can see you, but they don't reach you. And so you could want to get up to whatever you want to get up to. You feel free.
Right.
Is that how you feel in Trinidad? Free?
No, not really.
You still remember the values? Those days happen, right, Ron?
Yeah, some days.
Listen, Ariel, you might be away, but listen, you're still a little girl or a little girl.
It's our play, don't let me come.
So you have that kind of a struggle still, right?
Yeah.
But you're growing up.
Yeah.
You're becoming a woman, and your studies mean a lot to you. What are you studying?
I study sports science.
Sport? Why?
Because I want to be a physiotherapist. I really like helping people, but I don't want to be a doctor because I don't like all that. Yeah. But I'm a very sports-oriented person. So physiotherapy was one of my paths. Yeah.
And so far, so good?
Yes.
You're loving it still?
Yes.
Don't ever grow tired of it.
I know.
Because I know that can happen from time to time. It just feels so daunting. You know what, I'll give this up and try something else, but don't ever grow tired of it. It's what you want to do. Let it lead you. And I keep saying to everybody all the time, just follow your heart. Your heart definitely leads you where you need to go. So just follow your heart and your passion. And so, Ron, you know, here it is. You have this prodigy on your hand.
Yes.
Ariel and Aliyah as well.
Yes.
I know you have 2 daughters who are so physical in the sports that they choose to engage in, but then again, they're following your footsteps one more time. You also have a responsibility.
Yes.
So what do you see that responsibility to be?
Keeping them grounded, having those conversations, making sure they're guided, making the right decisions. It's making as many opportunities available to them. We as parents, we help them a lot. Just to make sure that whatever comes up, we try our best to get them there, whether it's, again, to go to a race, whether it's training, equipment, you know, again, it's all costly, but we sacrifice a lot. Our hope, obviously, is to give them more opportunities because with Ariel, she's been racing for a couple of years, but she's not had even a lot of races.
Yes.
So for her to excel at this level without like the maximum amount of experience is phenomenal. So we can see that if we give her more opportunities to race at that level, which you only get, you know, in Europe and what you don't get that here, But once we're able to provide and give her those opportunities, then, you know, you see it, right? You can see the development, and then you're able to get more medals, and, you know, and obviously it will be great for her personally. So it's, as a parent, that's really just my goal.
Yeah. And prayer.
And pray.
Girl,
yes.
You don't know how many prayers you get.
Yeah.
From your grandmother all the way down to all of us. Prayer for you, because we want the best for you, Ariel.
Yeah.
We see your potential. I know you see your potential as well. And so Pat Ben was watching from the States, says congratulations to Ariel Graves and her dad as well. We are proud of you and the way you're putting Barbados out there. So viewers are commenting about you. Get to know her name. Congratulations from Vitaline. Thank you, Vitaline. Indeed. And so congratulations from Jackie McClark. She's saying, Ariel, stay focused. Indeed. And so all of us want this for you. Bako, who's also watching from the States, who's a good friend of your grandmother, by the way, he says, on Ariel, continue keeping the family happy, and our island, Barbados, as well. Barbados is so immensely proud of you.
Yes,
so proud of you. And I just know that we have your wind as Barbados right behind you to push you to winning. I see only great things for you. That's me, and that's probably because I'm your uncle, but nonetheless, I do see great things for you. And you have the potential to achieve every one of it, everything that you've set for yourself. And so continue your studies, but also continue achieving in cycling. Barbados is hugely proud of you. How many records now?
4.
4. After 3 years of cycling, 4 national records she holds. And so the challenge is up to all of you. You can't beat her though. She's that good. So she holds the record as the new junior national record in the 1 kilometer time trial. You also, and that you did in Mexico.
Yes.
And there's also the flying 200 sprint. You did this in May.
Yes.
And you did this also in Mexico. Mexico is good to you. Mexico is really good to you. And so that's just 2 of the 4. But she is already on a really wonderful trajectory. So if you see her as she walks on by, congratulate her. Yes. Ariel deserves all the praise that she's given. She's brought joy to our hearts and joy to Barbados as well. Ariel, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Ron, as always, my brother.
Thank you.
I know you will be there with her. I know the whole family will be there with you, Ariel. Be confident about that.
I will.
All right. Morning Barbados takes a break right here as we celebrate still with Ariel and more right after this break. We're back with our nurses. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 25 to the top of the hour. Those of you who know me know I have tremendous respect for the contribution of our nurses to our health care in Barbados. Tremendous amount of respect for. And so this morning, we want to, before we get to talk to them, share with you a video done by the Queen Elizabeth Hospital as they showed also their appreciation for the contribution of the nurses on Ward B4. Look at this.
I am Maria Fort, nursing officer. On the day of the fire, I was in the nursing office. Around the afternoon, early morning, we would have been alerted with the alarm. when we heard the sound of an alarm, it's usually in the nursing office.
We were prompted by the smoke that was coming. We could perceive the smoke from our ward, from Ward B7, so we decided to step out and see what was actually going on.
On the day of the incident, we were notified via the telephone. We also went outside the ward and saw other persons bringing patients out into the corridor.
On the day in question, I would have been notified, they would have been fired due to the alarm and the smell of smoke coming from within the B floor area. After that, I would have proceeded outside to get a full assessment of what was going on. I realized there was smoke coming from the B floor area, and I would have proceeded down there to see how I could help.
We decided to help mobilize ourselves. We couldn't all have gone out. Some had to stay and take care of the patients because the patients were also perceiving the smell, and some were anxious, others wanted to leave the ward, so we had to calm nerves, calm all those who were anxious and were ready to step out of the ward.
On the day of the fire, my role was to obey the commands of my nurse in charge, who at that point in time, after hearing the code read over the intercom, called nursing office to inquire what was going on. Upon the confirmation by the doctor who came and said, well, there's smoke on ward before, we proceeded to move our patients from the labor ward to the main entrance. Those who were still laboring were removed to the accident and emergency department.
On my arrival to Ward B4, the area was engulfed with smoke. It was very dark, difficult to breathe. I would assist the nursing staff in proceeding to help getting the patients downstairs.
My role at that time was to ensure the safety of the patients and staff on the unit. Also to make sure that all the relevant documentations were secured, the equipment that was needed for transporting patients who needed assistance at the time was secured, to keep everyone calm at the time of the incident.
During the actual encounter, I was anxious because I have never experienced anything like that before, and it was very overwhelming trying to get all the patients to safety as fast as we could.
On that day, we were more anxious and nervous because we've never experienced something like this.
If you are anxious, then you begin to make certain mistakes. So we had to be calm, the staff, and then try to calm the nerves of the patients as well. So that was the role that I played, or myself and my colleagues played.
During the initial stage of the alarm going off and uncertainty, there was some degree of anxiety, but eventually we settled, we got into our roles, and we got the job done.
We were all very, very relieved at the end of this. And it all goes to show that with a little teamwork, a lot can be achieved in a small amount of time.
After the procedure and we got the all clear from the Barbados Fire Service and the nursing office, we would have proceeded back to the ward and bring back the patients to the cubicle and make sure that everybody was okay.
After everything had concluded and knowing that the patients were well, we were still nervous. Some of us were still trembling and being afraid, but knowing that it ended well, we went home feeling that our job was done.
So then we heard the siren from the fire service. They came and we're very much more relaxed because we knew very well that if it's fire, it will be very well dealt with. And then all the patients were calm. Everybody was, well, I can't say everybody was satisfied, but then what needed to be done was done, and we're okay.
Indeed, getting better together. Getting better requires a team of people. That was a recognition of the contribution of the nurses at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for their phenomenal work in taking care of a nation. And I say that broadly simply because many of us from many walks of life for varying concerns make our way through the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. And so to all of you who work in the healthcare system as nurses, we say thank you. We recognize you. We see you. We see the great work you do. We see the hours you put in just to make sure we're healthy and capable yet again. And so as we manage our health, you are at the forefront, and we thank you for your work. Morning Barbados, it's a break right here. We'll come back to talk more about this and more of how this celebration of nurses continues with the Barbados Nurses Association. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So it's Nurses Week on in Barbados indeed, and so joining us as we take a look more as we continue to show our appreciation for the contribution of nurses to our delivery of healthcare in Barbados is the president of the Barbados Nurses Association, Dr. Faye Paris, and with her is Marguerite Bourne-Clark. These hyphenated names coming to me all morning long. She is the first vice president of the association. Good morning, both of you.
Good morning.
First of all, congratulations on your week of activities, and thank you. I too say to both of you, thank you for your contribution. So Dr. Paris, talk to me, how has the week been going? What's the theme, first of all?
Our theme for this year is Our Nurses, Our Future. Empowered Nurses Saves Lives.
Yes.
And that is an important theme, because we are showing that once we give the nurses the tools, the education, the empowerment, that they move forward to save lives. And we're talking about lives of the population. Each one of us would have experienced some aspect in hospitals, and when we empower nurses, we allow them to work to their best.
And that empowerment can look in so many different ways. And so it is either with the provision of the education, the tools, the respect, and I could go on and on. So from the Nurses Association's point of view, what are the things that you think we need to make sure that we are able to provide for our nurses every day so that you're at your optimum?
Okay, so all of those things you would have mentioned are important. The respect. Because recently there have been a lot of negative things in the media, and that is affecting the morale of the nurses, especially the nurses that go above and beyond because they take it personally. And we need to be able to show them the respect, allow them to have the autonomy in terms of working area, knowing that nurses are not handmaids of doctors. We are a profession in our own right, and we should be able to function in that fullest capacity.
And so you want that the people who can make that difference hear you and do something about what you're asking for. That respect goes both ways. And so while the nurses are prepared to respect you, also respect, and in that respect, understand what we need, how we are experiencing the delivery of healthcare to be able to, and I'm saying we because I feel a part of it now, to be able to give the best healthcare service to all who come. Because I know nurses do not sit and do their work nurses are always on the go.
On the go.
Nurses also do not sit in prejudice of anyone.
No.
Nurses see a need and nurses rush to respond to a need. And so that is what is encapsulated in your theme as you mark this week as well. So what are you doing really in this week? Who's going to tell me? You're going to tell me?
Yes, she's
in
gonna
this
tell
week
you.
to highlight all that you think we need to understand about nurses.
All right. Well, the week has started. Yeah. We would have started with a church service on Sunday, the 10th. That was at Sanctuary Empowerment. It was very empowering. I'm sorry. It was. It was so empowering that we did not want to leave.
Nice.
Nice. On the Tuesday, we went out to the institutions as a team. We went out to the institutions, most of our healthcare institutions across the island. We went to greet nurses, meet them, and take a token to them. The nurses, the experiences, the feedback we got, they were very excited. They were very pleased. They felt very special that we came out to meet them, and some of them will allowed for us to take photos with them, and you know, we shared the joy. Some were videos, some were and there was some dancing, and we had some excitement. On the Wednesday, we had a seminar. The seminar was very impactful. All the feedback I'm getting, they feel very empowered, they're motivated, they see things in a different light, and they're looking to move on. They're looking for new horizons, looking at things, where can we go, how can we do these, and that's the feedback I've gotten. On last night, yes, empowerment again. We had a webinar, a financial literacy webinar, to which at the end of the webinar, they're so empowered, they want part 2.
That's a good thing.
So that's now in planning. That's now in planning, a part 2. So we are very, they were all motivated. They saw financial literacy in a whole new light. There was a whole new, you hear all of these terms going around about bonds, mutual funds, and you hear all of the shares, stocks. So you got to have that information, planning for your retirement, planning for your future, planning for your family, and how about having your income and looking at it, diversifying it to make it meaningful for you in the future. So that was also very impactful and empowering, right down to myself. And it wasn't only a lecture that a webinar, that we had open to nurses, but we opened it up to other persons. We had persons from Jamaica, we had Bahamas, we had Guyana, we had Turks and Caicos, we had some, more sure, we had someone from St. Vincent from I think there's another place, I can't remember, I think it is.
It was across the region.
It was across the region. And hearing them ask the questions and so on, it was very, very, very empowering, and noting that we're not only empowering our local nurses, but we are empowering the wider community of nursing across the region, as well as we are empowering the natives of Barbados. I'm talking about the public, persons not within the profession but had gained that same information and are very empowered to move on, looking at financial literacy. To this afternoon at 3 p.m., we are having our second football match.
Nurses play football?
Oh, yes.
Is it mixed team?
No. It's going to be the male. It's going to be males.
The males, all right. The male nurses.
The male nurses, right? It's going to be the Barbadian nurses versus the Ghanaian nurses.
Oh, wish them well.
No, last year they won.
Okay.
But we're coming back this year with vigor. All right, we're empowered this year. So I'm looking forward to this game this evening, and we are asking for. I'll tell you, they had from all reports, they had good backing last year in terms of cheering on. So I'm asking everyone to come out and cheer our Barbadian side on.
Where's the game?
The game is going to be at the psychiatric hospital grounds. And we start at 3. We having a little program before at 3, but kickoff is at 4 p.m. sharp.
Good. So it's a pre-show.
Yes.
Before the match is an hour of a pre-show, and then the match gets going between Barbados and Guyana.
Ghana.
Ghana.
Yes.
And so may the best team win, Barbados. And so that's what's happening at the psychiatric
yes,
hospital.
this afternoon. And I'll let Madam President speak about the award ceremony
I
tomorrow.
was coming to that because, you know, I started the show by recognizing one of our viewers who is in Florida. She won the Nurse of the Year at her medical center award. And so recognition is also another one of those motivators for a lot of people. Recognition can come in many, many different ways. It can be financial or just tangible. And so you're having that recognition when?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Saturday.
At 6 p.m. and we're at the Wyndham tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Oh, I got you going fancy.
Oh, yes.
Well done.
Excellent. So we want to really recognize our nurses. And we're also recognizing our students. So we're including them in the Barbados Student Nurses Association. Will be included in our session, and they will be given awards as well.
Brilliant. I like that. I like the fact that the students now feel already, you know, the associate members, and they're ready to go in full membership to the National Association.
Yes.
And so this is tomorrow evening, and you're giving a number of categories of awards.
That's right. We have 11 categories of awards, and the students have 2 categories.
Okay.
So that's 13 in all. Yeah. So we are looking forward to a wonderful time. Some of these categories. Pardon? Dinner. Yes. We have dinner and then awards.
Yes, dinner and awards tomorrow at the Wyndham Grand. That's where it will be tomorrow evening. So by the end of it, we will know who is the Nurse of the Year. What are some of the categories?
Yes. So we have from all the different aspects of nursing. So we have the Geriatric Nurse of the Year, the Psychiatric Nurse of the Year, Pediatric Nurse of the Year, Midwifery. We also have nursing assistants. I said Jerry already, right?
Yes.
Midwives. Midwives. I said midwives.
Educator.
And yes, and the educator. The educator, nurse educator.
So each category, there's going to be a Nurse of the Year.
A Nurse of the Year. But we also have 2 new categories this year. You have the Rising Star, where we recognize a young person who has been in nursing under 5 years and that is doing very well in nursing. And then we also have the Lifetime Achievement Awards, where we recognize persons for their lifetime.
This is good. That is going to be so meaningful tomorrow, I believe, for a number of nurses indeed. And so I'm sure because it has to be catered, you close off. By now. It's closed off?
No, it's not closed off yet.
Yeah?
Yeah, so we want to invite persons to... We want to invite persons to come out tomorrow and celebrate our nurses.
So if we're going to dinner tomorrow, how do I get in there?
Well, we have tickets.
Okay, so tickets are available.
Tickets are available.
How do we get a ticket?
So you can pay at the office or you can pay online.
Okay. So contact the nurses, go find you on socials, get there and make your payment and be a part of that activity tomorrow. This is good. This is really, really good. I
There
thank
are registration links out there for that are on social media for the awards. So you can go on and you will register, and it would tell you payment options. You can pay it online or you can come to the office and pay it, and you'll have your ticket.
So anyone can come celebrate with the nurses tomorrow evening at the Wyndham Grand for dinner and awards. We're looking for, there are about 13 or so categories of awards, and so we will have the Nurse of the Year for each of those categories, the Rising Star Nurse of the Year as well, and their male nurses as well. The process for determining who is in the running for each of the categories, was there a people's choice of sort?
Yes. There was a run-up to this where we had persons being nominated, and then we put their video with them on social media. We had intended to have a people's choice, but it didn't go as planned. So the next time we're doing it, I want the public to look out for that people's choice aspect of it, because we're thinking that persons within the community should get involved in this to be able to say
we all have a favorite nurse.
Yes, who is their favorite nurse. And persons can nominate. It's not only nurses nominate.
That's right.
The Nurse of the Year.
That's right.
Persons outside of nursing can also nominate, because we want to know nurses that are doing well and have them recognized.
Yeah, and so there's a lot happening indeed. And so here we are, folks. What concerns the Nurses Association at the moment? I know you said about appreciation for what you do, being able to provide the input so that you can more effectively do what you do. But is there anything else that the Nurses Association is agitating for that you want everyone to know about so that everyone can give you your support in having a positive outcome?
So one of the main things we're agitating for right now is the tutors at the Barbados Community College. So we know, and we've heard it in the media, that the students are performing very well. They are in the forefront of the performance in Caribbean. And we're having between 80 to 90% of passes within the RENR exam. And we started last year our first practical exam that leads up to RENR. It's a council exam, and our students had 98% pass. So we know our students are doing well, but our challenge is that we need to have a greater number of nurses, educators, nurse educators, because we have been losing educators, and persons have been retiring, and we need to be able to have more educators. Our challenge, another challenge with that is that because we would have lost a number of nurses before, there is less persons on island that we can access for education. So we are challenged, and the minister would have made an announcement on Sunday that they're going overseas to be able to attract some educators. But that is our main challenge, because we want to maintain that standard, and education supplies for service. And if we can improve education, we can improve what we have for service.
It's critical we start there with education indeed. So, Ms. Bowen Clark.
Yes, please.
You're looking forward to the rest of the activities,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And we want to
Oh,
encourage as many Barbadians. I know for me, I would want to say, you know, when you engage with our healthcare providers, I want you to give them the respect. Understand that they are also under pressure, as you're feeling your pressure as well. They're managing many of us at one time in a very narrow system at times. And so they're doing the best they possibly can. But your calm and cooperative approach helps to speed that up. So please refrain as much as possible from being abusive or unruly, unappreciative of what they do. Our nurses have stood up for us as an island. They did that throughout COVID. They were vaccinating, they were managing the approaches, everything, they were there. And it is behoved upon us right now to be able to show them the respect needed, indeed, because they have always been the guardians of great health for this little island of ours, indeed. So I want to encourage you to respect them. Show up if you can to the dinner tomorrow night at the Wyndham Grand. You can go online, look for the links with the Barbados Nurses Association, register for your attendance, make your payment, and come. We're looking for the Nurse of the Year. Next year, they promise, we'll have a chance to help vote for that People's Choice.
Yes.
And so we're excited about what the future holds, indeed. But the future's good. The education in nursing we're working on. The ministry promises to work on. The Nurses Association will continue to agitate on the nurses and nursing tutors' behalf to ensure that we do have a broad enough cadre from which we can pull. And so our healthcare system is in good hands with our nurses. And I want to thank you and wish you well going forward. Dr. Faye Paris, the president of the Barbados Nurses Association, her first vice president in Marguerite Bourne Clark. Well done, thou good and faithful servants.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And that's it for today, everybody. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a wonderful weekend. Be it the will of the Lord. We will see you on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning
Nurse, they're talking to me.
Sorry to keep back.
I just got you 2 that you gave me.
Huh?
You gave me 2.
All right.
Daughters on a Journey and Sandy. You have another one? You have more? You have some else?
WhatsApp me for one from Monday.
What? What about?
Founder of Hearts of Many Aviation Football Competition.
Founders of what? The founder of Hearts Aviation?
Yeah, founder of the Hearts of Many Aviation Football Competition. They're brought a football competition here this week coming, and it includes teams from the different airlines. From Gaya, BDS.
That can be a lot more for me to think of.
Right.
Wait. Roll. It's a football competition between it's a football competition between airlines. That's the sense you get.
I want to between airlines, but the BDF ain't an airline.
Yeah, but the BDF might be organizing it.
The BDF is part of it. They will have a team in the football.
But it's featuring generally staff from the respective airlines.
Yes, that's what I gathered from it. Yeah. Let me read the full thing so you can hear. On Monday, can we have the founder of the Hearts of Many Aviation Football Competition, Kirk Marlies. He's from the UK. He has a business partner. The football competition is here this week and includes teams from different airlines. Gaya, BDF, Barbados Masters. So it's not
But they'll probably just include the BDF mass them so. But a football competition between airlines. And include that BDF in them airlines. Yeah, Tracy.
Turn off your mic, you're here, y'all coming through talking about the football.
Right.